guys, Garrett here. Wanted to talk to you a little bit about me, just so you get where I'm coming from. I'm a passionate coues white-tailed deer hunter. Now, a lot of people don't know what that is, but it is a very small white-tailed deer that lives up in the mountains in southern Arizona and into Mexico, kind of thing. It is one of the things I am absolutely most passionate about when hunting and for hunting. But today I wanted to talk to you mostly about what backpacking items I usually take. Let's start off with the backpack. The backpack, let me just adjust this real quick. Is a Sitka backpack. I absolutely love it. I was a big fan of Badlands, but I actually got this and awesome fan about it. Many feature spots, places for you to put stuff, but the thing I enjoy most about it is that it is has a stretchy material to it, which is pretty awesome. So you can actually just jam a whole bunch of stuff in here. It comes with a bladder, personalized carrying spot, which keeps it safe from other things like items you may have in your backpack, anything that might actually poke a hole in it, and then also a spotting scope holder, which is absolutely awesome. I use a Zeiss, just turn that back on. It is a 20 by 75 spotting scope, an absolute necessity for hunting these deer. Because a lot of times I'll glass these things up at more than a mile away, and getting a good judge of score for the deer is a big thing. And as you can see, it fits in there, you know, real nicely and zips up nice and tight, no issues there. But all in all, a great backpack. Many add-on straps, all kinds of stuff, side pouches, internal frame, which is pretty nice, as you can see here. Absolutely love this backpack. Kind of sticking with the scope theme, these are the binoculars I use. They are Zeiss 15 by 56 Conquest HD. Absolutely awesome pair of binos, kind of thing. I know a lot of people are Swarovski fans, but if you look at the statistics, these are definitely a better buy, better purchase, lighter, clearer field of view, just all around better. So those fanboys out there might not be too happy, but I look at numbers. Depending on how I'm hunting, depends on what laser rangefinder I use. This is the Zeiss Victory laser rangefinder, and then I also have this OptiLogic rangefinder, and I usually just carry this around for archery because it's only good for about 200 yards. So nice, lightweight, just clips right onto my belt, kind of thing. So pretty good setup for that. And this is good for those long range type ranging, I guess would be the word for it. But don't be too harsh on this video. I'm new to YouTube, so yeah, that's it. This is an absolute must kind of thing, because the hunting trips I go on, they are 3-4 day hunting trips where I park the vehicle at the National Forest Reserve kind of cutoff, and then I will hike several miles up into a canyon to where I can set up my base camp and then hunt from there, which is how I feel true coues deer hunting should be. But this is the MSR. I believe it's called the Rocket. It doesn't actually say on it. I've had this thing for years, and it is absolutely awesome. Super lightweight stove, which kind of ties into the canteen I bring. And where is it here? The propane canister. And the reason why I got this one is because I can put multiple of these actually in here, and they slide all the way down to the bottom, which is pretty nice for conserving space. This is a Stanley. I can get it to close. A Stanley stainless steel cup, canteen, however you want to look at it. But absolutely awesome. And for people that are unsure about these, micro-sized burners, they're absolutely awesome. And these propane canisters actually last a while. I'll usually bring two, but I usually won't even go through one in the time it takes me to, do all my cooking. But they're pretty intense kind of thing. They will actually burn pretty heavily and get your water boiling really quickly. But an absolute necessity for when you're doing these kind of backpacking hunts where you're actually packing in a lot of weight just so you can comfortably survive out there for a decent amount of time. But I'm going to leave that out right now so it can cool down. What are some of the next items I have? This is my sleeping bag. It is not the lightest, not the smallest sleeping bag, but it definitely keeps me warm. Not that it gets too cold out here, but it's a quality sleeping bag. The old pouch that this sleeping bag used to be in ripped, so I kind of got this new one. I need to get a smaller one just because it's really bulky in this form and actually can compress down to a lot smaller size. But decent sleeping bag. It doesn't drop too much in temperature here, so you don't need any kind of crazy sleeping bag. But then for my tent, I use this hammock tent, which is awesome, pretty lightweight, not anything too horrible. But I know there's tents that are lighter out there and stuff. I just for my time in the military, I have a bad back, so sleeping on the ground isn't really a absolute preferred method of sleeping, so this is how I go. I got this off of Amazon, and it has a canvas bottom, as you can see here. Has a mosquito lining and a rain cover, so it's all in all a good way of sleeping if you have or do not prefer to sleep, if you have back problems or do not prefer to sleep on the ground. Some of the other items I carry: Garmin GPS, absolute necessity. I used to have a camo one, but camo in the wilderness, they tend to kind of blend in, and it disappeared. Don't know actually what happened to it, but I no longer have that. This toilet paper necessarily isn't the best toilet paper, but it's a real small, tight container, and it comes with multiple rolls. This is from Coleman. Paper's kind of thin, but all in all good for conserving weight. Not that toilet paper weighs too much, but it's just kind of what you prefer. And that's a lot of the things I actually preach about with people and their backpacking experiences, is that you need to build your backpack off of basically off of you, how you are, what your needs are. And some people say you don't need this, you don't need that, but it really comes down to you being comfortable in what you have. And I know this is kind of big, definitely bulky, definitely heavy, but when skinning a deer, I absolutely love having multiple knives in order to do that properly, so that they just ease more than anything, which is an absolute. Here for electronics, I've got to try this out a couple of times, and it works. It's not the best kind of thing. It's not like you can keep your phone on and alive and plugged in while you're using it. But if your phone does die, you can leave this out and plug it into your phone, and this will charge itself and your phone for if you leave it out for a day kind of thing, so that you can have that. When I go out, I don't usually keep my phone on. Turn it off, turn it on whenever I need to, check in, whatever I need to do. But it's all right. I think it was about $40 when I purchased it, so it's not the best thing in the world, but it does the job. It absolutely does the job. Some of the neat, extreme lightweight things I have. This is a soap container from Coleman, and it just comes with these little tiny sheets. Just pull one or a couple out, however many you need. just for hygiene, keeping yourself clean type deal. Um, Pull these out, put some water. If they dissolve instantly, rub them in, kind of thing. It works great, absolutely great. The flashlights I carry, I usually carry a couple different types of flashlights. Headlamp is my go-to. This is a Remington headlamp. Good settings. Also comes with a blood tracker, which I don't find too useful here in the desert, but it works. A cheapy light, just in case. Don't ever usually use it. And then a camping light, which is what this thing is. And it is dead right now, but is actually pretty awesome in lighting up a camp area instead of bringing something huge and bulky type deal. And if you want me to go over any of these items further, just post in the comments below. Tell me what you think or what you want me to go over more. And there's still more items to go over. Pair of gloves, just because in the evenings and in the mornings it can get a little bit chilly. Maybe not for some other people that do hunting up north or back east kind of thing, but for me, chilly is around 30-40 degrees. So especially when you're glassing, which is a type of hunting you have to do out here. A lot of people that I like to call stompers just, throw their rifle over their shoulder and start stomping through canyons. And I absolutely hate finding a hunting area that has stompers in it kind of thing, because as they're walking around completely oblivious to what's going on around them, I'm looking at them from several hundred yards away, and I can see that there are deer kicking out of the canyon that they never even knew were there, and I could actually watch them and bed them down. So the tripod I use is an outdoorsman, lightweight, not the best tripod. It's awesome, it's light, it does the job, but the head on it, not a big fan of. It's real rigid, and when you want to unlock and lock stuff, especially with the 15x56s on there, sometimes when you unlock, it'll turn, move kind of thing. You might lose your place, but all in all, a good one. Good for the lightweight aspect, absolutely. Let's see. Emergency rain poncho, I usually actually don't ever use these, but it's one of those things that it's light enough to carry in your backpack and have to where you, if you need it, you have it. Because I've been in situations where I need something that I don't have, and you know how that saying goes, it's better to have something and not need it than need something and not have it. This is a little outdoor waterproof case kind of thing. I usually keep my hunting license and tag in here just for mostly accessibility. People like to carry their wallets and stuff. I usually just leave my wallet in the truck, but keep all my ID